Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to build an automatic stone farm for your Minecraft world. This design uses water and lava to generate stone, in which you will then mine with your pickaxe with a keybind if need be. In this video there will be two versions of this farm, the starter and the endgame stone farm. Before we get into this tutorial, these are the resources that you will be required to use to build this farm. To kickstart this farm off, we're going to start by grabbing our deep slate bricks or any building block, and we're going to start by placing 6 in a line just like this. We can then bring this over a further 3 blocks, making it a total of 4. We can then bring this line all the way to the front just like this. So you should have a 6x4 with 2 blocks clear just at the front. Now on the right hand side we're going to place a double chest just like so. We can now grab our hoppers and we can place a hopper facing into this double chest right there. To test that this is hooked up correctly, you can simply see this left hand right here, this is facing into that chest. This means this is hooked up correctly. To test this further, chuck an item in there, and if it ends up in the chest, the hopper and the chest are wired up. We can now place 3 hoppers in a line just like this, facing into that first hopper. We can now fill in these 3 blocks right here. Now around the perimeter of the stone farm, we're going to build up a further 2 blocks, making a total of 3. Now that we've built up a further 2 blocks, we can go ahead and place our slab right at this height on top of the double chest, and then a trapdoor at the same height on the left hand side. The next thing we want to do is jump up on top again and place 4 blocks on the right hand side leading into that double chest. Below that, we can go ahead and place a water bucket here, skip a block and then another water bucket. This will create an infinite water source, so we can grab one here, then we can come down here and place another water bucket right there. If you do that from the top, you'll probably more than likely waterlog this double chest. So jump down and put a water bucket right here. The final thing to do is go ahead and place our 2 remaining building blocks right here, followed up by a lava bucket on this block right here. As you can see, this will turn all of our blocks into stone. To make this a stone farm, you want to make sure you have silk touch on your pickaxe. Failure to have silk touch on your pick will result in cobblestone as well. So if you're after a cobblestone farm, this will work as well. However, if you're after stone, just put silk touch on your pick and it will work just the same. So with the first module now complete, we're going to move on to a more heavier module, which you can use with a Haste 2 beacon and silk touch. So we're going to head over here and start constructing that farm. So we can go ahead and grab our deep slate bricks, place 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, then skip 2 blocks and then place 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then we can go ahead and dig this hole right here and place our double chest inside that hole. We can now go ahead and grab our hoppers and place 2 hoppers on top of that double chest. If you want to check this is wired up correctly, throw a block in and make sure it lands in there. We can now place a further 8 hoppers facing in this direction right here all the way to the very end. We can now go ahead and build this up a further 1 block. Note that these are temporary, so feel free to use any block you would like. Grabbing our trapdoors, we're going to place a trapdoor here, wrap it all the way around the end just like this, then place it on the other side and repeat the same thing. We can now flick up all these trapdoors and then we can go ahead and remove the 5 blocks on each side inside the farm. Grabbing our temporary blocks again, we're going to start by placing 2 high walls just like this, and coming around on the back and repeating this with trapdoors. We can now jump around the other side and remove those blocks. Now to the left and the right, we're going to place a temporary block, followed up by another block on top of that. We can then remove these 2 underneath blocks just like this, and then create a line all the way to the very end. With our 2 remaining building blocks, we're going to place 2 on top of these trapdoors. We can then jump inside and start placing our water in this area right here. So we want to place a water bucket, skip a block, and then place another water bucket. We now have an infinite water source, so we can continually take water from here and place it without running out. As you can see, we now have flowing water into these middle hoppers. We can now go ahead and place a lava bucket right in the middle of the 5x5, and it should spread to all angles of the water, turning it all into stone, in which we can now mine. To make this as efficient as possible, we're going to place 2 pistons facing in this direction on either side. We can now skip a block right there, and we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 by 2 wide by 2 deep. We now want to dig out this block, and that block right there, and repeat the same thing for the other side as well. So jumping down, we can now place a torch here, followed up by a redstone repeater facing in this direction. We can now repeat the exact same thing for the other side. Grabbing your dirt, you can now build up 2 more blocks right here, covering that little bit of redstone torch. Grabbing your redstone dust, on the left-hand side, we're going to build 2 redstone dust straight out, and then on this side here, we're going to go 1, 2, and then 1. Grabbing our redstone repeaters, we're going to place 3 repeaters in a line facing in this direction. The first one, we're going to set it all the way to the very back, and the next one, we're going to go 1 and 2, and then the next one, we're not going to set it to any clicks at all. Now, doing a complete 180, we're going to place 3 more repeaters facing in this direction. We now want to repeat this exact same click process to this side here. So this one's going to be set to the very end, this one's going to be set right there, and then this next one, we're going to leave vacant just like this. On the only vacant block possible in the redstone area, we're going to place a stone button. You can then press that stone button, which will then power the redstone, and then we can cover up our redstone with dirt. We can now place 2 levers right here to turn off the redstone process. With our Haze 2 beacon now set, we can now turn around and flick these levers again, and we can now hop inside just like this and start mining our stone. As you can see, we are pushed over at the exact time we finish mining all the stone. Now, if we look into this chest, we are harvesting so much stone so quickly, it is highly efficient. To make this AFKable, all you need to do is set a keybind. Now, to put some statistics to this farm right here, you will receive 15,600 stone per hour if you AFK this right here. Now, if you only want the first farm, you will receive 4,440 stone per hour if AFKing this one. So this is a good starter stone farm. However, when you get a Haze 2 beacon, I highly recommend this farm right here, as it produces almost 3 times as much as the first one right there. So that is how you build an automatic stone farm in Minecraft. If you found this video useful, it would mean a lot to me if you could leave a like on the video, and if you want to see more videos just like this one, be sure to subscribe as well. This design is owned by Shulkercraft, so be sure to go check out their channel. The link will be in the description. So thank you so much for tuning into this video. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!